Hello, welcome to the Craft Lair. This is Teresa, Crafty Grams, and I have a little bit of a different style. I don't know. I saw Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah do it. Say that fast. And she got it from someplace else, Roxy Creation. What it basically is a double fold sort of wallet style double pocket. Wallet double pocket. We'll call it that. So this is the basic idea. You take one piece of paper, fold it up, make a flap, and then glue everything, fold it, blah. So I tried several different ways of doing it. Paper selection mostly is the big thing because double-sided would be ideal. I don't have a lot of that. And I didn't want to start printing just random pieces of paper and just so I could print something on the back of them and use for this. So what I decided to do was use some of my 12 by 12 papers, cut them down to 8.5 by 11 because basically that's the size sheet of paper she used. And then I decided, well, I'll take another piece of paper and just back the flap of it. So blah 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 blah. I didn't like that idea because it made bulk up here and not down here. And also this paper was obviously a little bit old or dried out or whatever. It's not all that old. Um, oh yes, this is old paper. This was from when my son was a baby. Anyway, it cracked, so that wasn't a great. That wasn't a great outcome. So then I took a piece of 8.5 or 12 by 12 paper, um, and folded it in on itself to cover the inside of the flap. So, yeah, that's basically where I have landed now. Um, because here's my thing. The the papers are either too thick to fold, which is what I ran into when I tried to use the same cardstock heaviness that she used, and personal preference, I guess. But I didn't like how heavy it was to fold. It was just bulky, and to me it was difficult to work with. So I just got some plain old. This is just you know copier paper weight, um, 12 by 12 paper that I cut these down into 8.5 inches wide. And then I realized that, oh, hey, you needed the width this way so that you could fold it anyway. So I'm making them much more awkwardly, of course, than was necessary. Because ideally they would be 8.5 by 11 and you would fold them, you know, this way. And then, but of course, I can't do things the normal way. So I folded down 1.5 inches, and then I folded the pockets are about 3.5-ish inches tall. Yeah, the pocket itself is about 3.5, 3 3/4 inches tall. Don't worry about measurements or any of that. Just do it. Just Nike. And these are still too tall this way, so I'm going to cut another 1.5 inches off. Again, don't get hung up on the measurements, because basically you just start with an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper or A4 or whatever you got and go for it. So these are 12, and I'm going to cut them down to, man, I had this in my head a minute ago, and then poof, basically I need to cut 1.5 inches off. That's all I know right now. That is all I know right now. I need to cut 1.5 inches off. 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches is right there. And I'm cutting 3, I think, pieces of paper at once. So yeah, got some scraps. Imagine that. All right, so here's the make, and I'm going to do it on top of my scoreboards or this thing so I can use the make score lines, because once you fold this flap over, it does get a little bulky to just fold it. Maybe that's just me. I have a hard time when there's more than one, layer of paper. I just have a hard time folding it straight and getting it to look neat. It puckers and it just does all kinds of things it should not do. Anyway, so this paper is sort of directional, so I'm going to turn it upside down and see what happens. So if I have it like this, and I fold this up like this, but I want to fold this down like this, and that works. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. So again, I'm going to fold this down about 1.5 inches to sort of make that pocket sturdier, the flap sturdier, because that's where it's going to get the most use, right? Most wear and tear is going to be up there. So yeah, I'm just going to fold it down some. I don't even really know how far down that is. And then I'm going to fold this up to just a little bit over it. And there's the basic pocket make. And then, I mean, it doesn't matter which way you fold this. It depends. Oh, see, that rose would be upside down if I fold it that way. And this, nothing remarkable, is going to be upside down. So I'm going to fold it this way. And again, this distance is, personal preference. I'm just basing it on the decorative elements on my paper, and that's that. So that's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Glue it down. And my glue is leaky. There's glue on the tip. So what's going on here, Petunia? I don't know why it leaks into the stand. Why does it do that? Why do you do that? Probably operator error, because I don't make sure it's the metal part is sitting on the silicone pad to keep it from leaking. But you know what? That's just okay. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this flap down. And Tina cut little, divots. I don't know. She cut little slopes there to make the pockets easier to access. My cutting skills are not that, which is why I kind of needed this contraption here. So I'm going to put this in here like I'm going to cut it, but I'm not cutting it. And I'm going to line it up, the cutting line up with, yeah, maybe a 1/4 inch, maybe closer to 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch above the top of the pocket. And I'm going to fold that down, grab this thing, move this thing, move this thing, grab any scoring device will do. The one that came with it would work. My little ball tip thing here that I'm pretty sure is not really a scoring tool, but you just run it along the cut line. Nothing moves, nothing goes anywhere. And if you don't have to measure where your score is, but you want to just score it somewhere randomly or in the middle of the page or whatever, that works just fantastically. And I don't remember where I saw that, but I saw somebody else do it, and I'm like, yes, please. So, and when Tina made hers, she cut this again to make the flaps move independently easier. She cut this little V here, and then she took the piece that she cut and made like tag cuts, using the cutoff piece as a template. But That is too faffy for me. My fingers are too awkward to do that. And so what I'm going to do is take a large enough pair of scissors, cut the, you know, the flaps just down to the score line. I went a little bit past on that one. It's okay. It's fine. It's only paper. And then, so yeah, they move independently of each other, which is the whole plan. And that reduces the amount of bulk here inside the fold. But what I want to do is round these outer corners. And again, personal preference. I don't know why, but it's the way I want to do it. So, by gosh, by golly, that's how I'm doing it. Right. So, if I could, I wonder if I could get that in there around that because I don't know. Maybe. Looks kind of silly. So maybe that's not the best idea in the world. Or maybe if let me just try that one more time. No, it's not going to be any different or any better than that. Well, I'm going to have to do it on this side just to make them symmetrical. But, hey, I lesson learned, that ain't going to work on these little flappies, the inside pieces of the flappies. So let's start gluing it. So yeah, you're making two pockets. So you're going to glue around here and then around here. And then that'll do it. Let me get my messy glue thingy and glue. My hands are shaking like crazy. But yeah, make sure to glue in here rather well. So I'm going to do more than just a straight line there. And then I'm going to glue that. Oy, oy, oy. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Let me get this paper out of here before I put glue all over it. These papers are from Hobby Lobby. They're a paper pad from Hobby Lobby, the Paper Studio. And they are, I'm not even going to try and say this name, but I'll show you the front cover just in case you're interested. I don't even know if they have it anymore, but it's the Paper Studio. It's a giant thing. And of course, I did not pay full price for it, but this is the name of it. Theodosia Square. That square. And the papers are just really, really pretty. But I have a love-hate relationship with paper pads because there's always this sticky residue here. And now it's got, all manner of debris stuck to it, which is booty pain. But, hey, life goes on. All right, so there's that one. I'm going to do the folds on the other two at the same time, and then just sort of see how this is sort of poofy. That's a word for it, poofy. So if you have thicker paper, it's going to be even poofier, right? And that's before you try and put anything inside the pockets. So yeah, that's my thing. So I'm gonna put that under something heavy, my right butt cheek. And this one, how am I doing this? I'm doing it this way. So I'm going to fold this down a little bit. That's going to be upside down. Fold this down a little bit, fold that up a little bit. It's going to be upside down, so I'm going to turn it upside down. So today is Wednesday. No, it's not. What day is today? It is Wednesday. Gosh, glory be to St. Peter. It's another day that ends in Y. So yeah, hump day. And that's still upside down. What did I do? What had happened? That's all right. It's fine. It's really fine. I mean, and I could actually fold them this way, but then the pockets wouldn't be hidden, which is the idea of folding it in this way. Tina called it something hidden pockets, but you know, whatever. So what am I doing now? What am I doing now? I don't know. I think I folded that up too high because it's not going to leave much of a flap here, is it? It'll do. It'll do. It's just paper, right? So I'm going to put it back in here. No, I'm going to fold this one. Hopefully do a little bit better. And this one doesn't matter. It's rather non-directional. So we'll fold this down to make a sturdier envelope flap, I guess, pocket flap, to make a sturdier flap. All right, and then fold this up to just a skosh over that. And then fold that. Let me get my doolally and burnish them a little bit. And there. Right, so next I will fold the flap. I'm going to put a score line on the flap because it's going to be a little bulky. Yeah, sounds pathetic. It's only 2 pieces of paper, but it's too much for me. All right, so about 1/4 of an inch above the top of the pocket, and I will score there. Here next. Okie dokie. I'll fold them down. I think I'm done with this guy. Come here, you. Move out of the way. Come back over here to the side. Stop taking up all the room. Camera hog. I love these papers, just by the way. I love these papers. All right, so now we're going to go back and do some gluing of this flap to itself. I guess I should have done that before I scored, but you know, hey, it works. It works this way too. Glue along here. Glue, glue, glue. How do you do, glue? Sorry, I don't know. I would say I don't know what's wrong with me, but there's just too much that's wrong with me to go into the list right now. Okay, so I'm going to fold this now. No, I'm not. I'm going to glue this now. This is like how not to do a... Let me show you how to do something. I don't do tutorials. I can't claim that I'm expert enough, but hey, I saw this. Let me show it to you. That's what my videos are. My interpretation of it, because I spend more time doing things differently than I do the same as the person I saw do it. Do it to it. All right, so that's that. Now I'm just going to fold this. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what we got this way. I think I want to do this because I like that, like faux water stain there, whatever we're going to call that, whatever that's supposed to be. Okay, and then this one again does not matter because it's all, you know, whatever it is. It's an all over print. Get my doolally. Now I'm going to cut the the little flaps apart with scissors. You do that with scissors, not with the glue. I was reaching for the glue, had it in my hand, like that, and like that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and round these outer corners only. Now we can start gluing. We can do more gluing. We've been gluing. Clean this off again. I'm going to have to go either let it dry and peel stuff out or soak it in some super duper hot water. Although, just wait until it dries and peeling it out is the easiest way. Because soaking it in hot water just makes it a gooey, gluey mess. A gooey, gluey mess. Which is what my hands are after doing this. Gooey, gluey mess. Why are you not wanting to fold now? Huh? 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 All right. Glue you down. Oh, scissors, you're in my way. Yeah, I know it's my fault for not moving stuff, but you know how it is. I craft myself into a tiny, tiny space. Even though I start off with a little bit more space clear, I always end up in a smaller space. Right, so there's them. And, oopsie. So, since I am the way I am, I see that these are, it's a bit not folded exactly right, or the paper moved in. Anyway, I'm going to have to cut that off because that's just who I am. So I'm going to use my guillotine cutter because Guillaume the Guillotine can give me a really thin sliver. Like that. It's just barely the same size as a cat whisker. You know, those things are really stiff for being just basically hair. But I had, my cat lost one, which, again, I didn't know that was a thing. But he lost one, and I saw it on my bed, and I was like, what in the heck is that? Because it stabbed me. Like, yeah. It's very strange. All right, here's this one. And, yeah, that one's doing the same thing, but only on that end. And this one didn't do that at all. Which, again, strange, but hey, I'll take it. So let me get this itty bitty sliver off of here. And, oops. And then we can do the finishing touches. Like, I'm not going to decorate these because we all know that's something difficult for me to do in a limited amount of time, most of the time. But, yeah, so I'm going to ink it. I'm going to ink it. What is this? Walnut stain. We'll just use that because that's what's here. That is what's here. I have no idea what I was using it for. Oh yeah, I was using it on my Hither and Yon project, the garden one. Why can't I remember? It's just 2 words. One of them is garden, and I cannot remember the other one. But yeah, I've been working on that. I showed it as a Friday favorites, the very first Friday favorites. I showed the kit. That's a freebie from DJ at Hither and Yon. And let me tell you, I have been having so much fun working in it. I absolutely love it. I, of course, am not going by, like she does videos throughout the quarter, I guess, showing suggestions how to use the pages and ephemera and stuff. Well, of course, I've just gone rogue. I've been having so much fun with the little itty bitty details stuff that she has in there. The little tiny, I guess they're clip arts that she turns into fussy cuts. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Like, really am enjoying it. And I'm going to check into how that works since it's a freebie. Can I sell it on Etsy when it's finished? I don't know. I'll have to ask. Because how many times can I say it? I don't know. And, if you don't know, it's always best to ask before you do stuff like that and risk a copyright violation. So, yeah, I'm going to ask. I probably should have done this to these. I'm really having problems with words today. It's crazy. Yeah, I probably should have inked these pocket openings before gluing them down. But, I didn't. So here we are. Watching me struggle with the paper, and the paper is basically winning. It's okay. It's fine. I did not ink this. And even with just the basically two thicknesses of paper, it's really giving me a hard time going back into the shape I want it to be. So yeah, another reason I wouldn't really use any heavier weight paper on making these. So that one, I think I'll see if I need to, or if I might use this one in that, but it's a lot of blues for that. There's just a lot of green. Maybe I'll use this one in that Hither and Yon journal if I find a need for it. I've been so focused on the decorative elements, I haven't really paid attention to the to how many pockets and things are in there. Journaling spaces. I might just end up printing more. I don't know. It's just, yeah. I'll just have to see. But I really am enjoying it. Let me just tell you. I am enjoying that kit. And I'm going to have to ask about, I did not, at the time it was sent to me in January, for some reason I did not print the first quarterly kit of this year. So I will have to see if I can purchase it or how to go about getting it now that I am very, very late trying to acquire it. This is pretty paper too. And I think it will go along well with the kit if I find a reason to use it. And one of them will go in my idea box, book, whatever. And the other one will just be put into my giant messy, ready-to-use ephemera box. Because all of that stuff is either undecorated or minimally decorated so that it can be customized to whatever journal I make its home. So yeah, I did that already. I need to do this. I mean, I don't need to. Inking is never a must, but in my book, it's a must because I think it's pretty. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to put that one over here with the, let me see if I can find the name of this journal before I drive us all crazy. It is the Cottage Garden. Cottage Garden. It's not that hard. It is not that hard to remember, but this is it. The Cottage Garden. And I have been enjoying all of these. All of these. They're so stinking cute. I'm making little I don't know, just little decorative pages, and they're just cute. Look at this. So cute. I love them. I am really enjoying this kit for sure, for sure. Anyway, yeah, so where did I just put that? There. Yeah, I think that's going to go all right. Not that. No, that's too blue. Like there, I could put it with something that doesn't have a lot of color going on it. Anyway, I'm going to put it with the ephemera and see what happens. See if I end up using it or not. Right, so this is going to go in my idea book, and this one's going to go in ephemera ready to use. It does not need a lot of decoration because it is such beautiful paper. But I may end up taking some of the scrap and making a hidden paper clip to hold it closed. Yeah, let's see how much time we're doing. Half an hour. Half an hour. It won't take long to make a paper clip. Let's make a paper clip. Simplest, easy way to make a paper clip. You take a paper clip and you take a piece of paper. Doesn't matter how wide it is or how whatever. It does have to be a certain length or long enough. Put the paper clip on, piece of paper. This way, the wrong side of a piece of paper. And then you fold up the pretty side. Yep, fold up the pretty side. Oopsie. And booyah. Hidden paper clip. Well, you got to glue it, but yeah, hidden paper clip. There you go. Boom. Yep. And you can, before you glue it, you can decide whether you want to leave some of the paper clip exposed to put some dangles on it, or leave it flush and put something else on top of it to actually hide the paper clip. But, yeah. Either way, that's the easiest way to make a hidden paper clip. And this is, of course, not straight. So we have to make that straight. So I'm going to be very bold and try to cut it, because my cutting skills are quite rubbish. Right, so I'm going to put the paper clip back in. And I'm not going to put a dangle on it or anything. Put that there, and glue. Oh, see all that puddle of glue at the bottom of the thing. Oh, there she goes. Thank you, Petunia, for cooperating. Glue, glue there. Glue, glue everywhere. Straighten it out before the glue dries. And there. A mostly hidden paper clip. All right. Like that. And then ink it, ink it, ink it, ink it. And, yeah, you can always put something on top of it to cover the paper clip, a little tab, a piece of lace, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and ink it. Yeah. There we go. Cute, cute, cute. Oops. Just throw things around for a while. That's what I do. All right. So thanks for watching. I will see you all in the next one. The next one will be Featured Favorites Friday, and I hope to do some more in my swapped journal, which is a kit from Lisa, the Gingerbread Prince, and which I received as a swap from Tina, the Paper Lover Crafts. So, see y'all for that on Friday, and in the meantime, craft and joy, y'all. Bye.